All right, it's time for our final guided practice here. This is based off of a guided practice from last week, which we had already done, where we kind of went through and made these topographic or these contour lines together. So if you haven't done that yet, you're going to need this. So go back and do it or whatever and get it to look basically like this, and then we will take it from there. So what we didn't do yet was fill in the profile grid graph down below. So if you look on here, this one's a little different. It has a mark for A and a mark for B. So basically you're just going to take your straight edge, trusty straight edge piece of paper and go right across from A to B. And that's how we're going to make this profile. So I'm going to make sure you can all see what I'm doing, and then we're going to go ahead and do that. At this point, I'm reusing my trusty old straight edge piece of paper here. I've used it for one scale there, for a profile there. I'm going to use the other fresh side here, so you can start to use your old maps for that. So here is what I'm going to do to start. Actually, let me just double check here. This one is weird. It has no real horizontal scale other than this, so we can't actually make it, but it says 1 inch is 1,000 feet. So if you want to kind of guess, that would be proper form. So I'm just guessing. There should be like a little like key or scale type thing there, but it's not. So what that means is 0, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, and so on. Really, since they didn't give you a scale, I would almost say don't do this, but that's okay. We're professionals, and we'll get through this. So there's the values, and then you would put distance, and that's in feet. Again, it's very rare that it's in feet, but here we are. Now we turn her on their side there, and we're going to do elevation. And this is also in feet. And look at that. They gave us the numbers and everything, so we don't even have to try to figure that out. So that's going to be helpful going down the line here. So again, before I want to make sure that was all set before we actually go into this, which is the actual profile plot. So here is A to B. And I'm going to go much faster this time because we already know how to do this, right? There. Oh, and mark the edges of the map. Don't forget that, because if this paper moves around, you're going to want to reline it back up. So there's the edges of the map. And now I'm just making tick marks every time a contour crosses my straight edge. There's quite a few on this one, so it's going to take some more time here. And that's it. So I think I had you all label this with actual values, so that wouldn't hurt here because we have to know all these, the one that looks like a bunch of avocados there, we need to know what these are. And I can tell you that this one is 680, this is 700, and that's 720. And then over here, this one is 660, and this is 640. This is 660 again. So, you know, you can fill in however many you want. If you were doing this professionally, I would erase the spot out of the line to do it, but I'm just doing this to get it done and get it done quickly, so that's what we're doing. 680, and that's 660 again. So that's enough for me to figure out what these all mean. So watch. This one right here is 680, and you might need to write downward because the numbers they're kind of big here, so they get in the way of each other. So I'm going to write 700 there. This is 720, 720, 700 again. So following it back around, the 680 comes back around right here. 660 right there. 640, 640, 660, 680, that, and then again, flip your paper up. The 680 curls back up there, so 680 again. And then 660 over here. Okay, so there's your elevations dots plotted. Now we can slide this baby up a little bit, give you a better view of the profile grid here, and then I will start plotting my elevations. Again, you want to keep the edges of the map, or edges of your map lined up with the edges of the graph. And I'm going to go ahead and do this the fast way, because right now, these are such small lines that I don't want to miss anything. I'm just going to go in order, 680 first, but I'm going to plot all of them. 680, keep going, keep going, keep going. There's another one. Here's another one. Okay, the next point in is 700. So I'm going to do all of those, slide it up, keep the edges lined up, 700, and do all of them. And I think that's all we get for that one. So next one is a 720, so slide up a little more. Plot them both. If you're a left-handed person, I'm going to just say sorry. Let's see, 680 now. I got all those. Let's do down 660, so that's the next set that I need to do. There they are. There's one here. And where else? Another one here. And way over here at the edge, and see this? It's starting to slide on me. You want to keep that lined up and make sure you're accurate with where your dots go. There it is. Okay. Then we have a couple of 640s, and that'll be the last of the dots. So you can almost see it taking shape right before your eyes. That's kind of cool. And there we go. So, and I don't think I missed anything. I'm looking, nope. Okay. All right. Again, we're just going to kind of go through the general rules here. It looks like if I were walking from A to where I hit my first dot, it goes from something less than 680 to 680. So I'm going to come up just a little under 680 and kind of hit my first dot. So hopefully that looks good on here, and then we're going to start connecting. And again, what is going on inside the avocado here? This is a hilltop, so there are no flat parking lots on the tops of most mountains that I know of, so this is going to create a natural bump that does not go up above. I mean, it could go as high as just under 740, but I would imagine it doesn't, so I'm just estimating. Now we're going to head down into the river valley here, nice and smooth. And it looks like it's a bunch of 640s right there, and it's going to go down into the river and then back up again. So again, don't go any 620s way down here. So we do not want to make this dip as low as 620, just a little under 640, something like that. It's good enough. And then we're going to head back up. And what it looks like here, we're looking at 680 and 680, so it kind of goes up a little bit and then starts to go back down. If you think about this is kind of the side edge of a hill there, so it's going to go up a little, not too much, and then back down, and then this will just go right off the map. So there it is. I guess this is a good time to just kind of look at, this is like the whole process all the way through now. You've done contour lines and profiles. I just wanted you to look at some things about this map. If you look at all these contour lines, notice they are continuous, like they go to the edge of the map and then maybe off the other edge, or they connect with each other, like they make circular ones or closed contours. Never do you see one that just randomly ends. So I don't have any contour lines going along that just stop in the middle of the map somewhere. That is a big no-no. You also don't see, notice none of these contour lines cross each other. So like the one that I drew for 660 is never going to go up here and cross over where it says 680. That would mean you have two elevations in the same place, which if you ask me, that's like Narnia or some other alternate universe where you can be in two elevations at once. That's just not the way the real world works. So what else? Generally, I try to keep the contour lines smooth, and as well as the profiles smooth. Also, you'll notice that there are no contour lines that split apart, so you don't just have one contour and then it breaks up into two. That is a big no-no. Never happens. So I just wanted to kind of throw those. Those are some general contour line rules that I should have probably mentioned in the notes, but here they are now. So that is it. That's the whole process. You have one more to do after this for yourselves that is completely on your own, but I'll provide the answer key for that.